Hey, thanks for checking in on Bathtub, sir, and welcome back to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney the Trilogy. We left the last episode on a bit of a cliffhanger. We're going to pick straight up from where we left off. The judge is about to say or confirm his verdict in the trial of Miles Edgeworth, and it hasn't been fair at all. We've barely got a chance to defend ourselves or defend Edgeworth himself in this second day. It's crazy. The Baron von Karma, whatever his name is, he's being a right arse, to put it lightly. And I think the judge has been swayed by his menacing demeanour. So, this court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth. No! He's actually guilty. I was hoping for an objection, but no. The accused will surrender to the court immediately, to be held pending trial at a higher court within a month from today's date. That is all. This court is adjourned. Wait! Who was that just now? Me! Is it going to be Edgeworth? Huh? What? Oh, Larry! It's Larry Butz! Return of the Butz! I thought we could smell something. What are you doing here? Listen, you gotta listen to me. I was there in the park the night of the murder. I wasn't sure about it till just yesterday. But today I remembered it. Remembered what? The gunshot. I heard it too. Here we go, we've got a new witness. Order. What is the meaning of this? The verdict has been decided. I call for an adjournment. One moment, Mr. Von Karma. So, you say you heard a gunshot? Yeah, I did. A gunshot, that night. I was sitting here in the audience, listening to the testimony. Then I realised something he said was different from what I remember. Anyhow, I can't just sit here and let you call Edgy a murderer. It's just not right. I'll testify. Let me testify. Oh, let him. Order! Well, this is the first time something has happened like this in my court. I'm not quite sure how to proceed. Judge, you've already given your decision. The trial is over. Nick, this is it. Larry's given us one final chance at this. She's right. If only it wasn't Larry. He could make things even worse. Mr. Edgeworth was just declared guilty, Nick. It doesn't get any worse. You're right. Okay. Your Honour, if there is another witness, it is our duty to hear him speak. Right here, right now. A waste of time. The verdicts cannot be overturned. Allow me to speak my opinion. In all court proceedings, it is our duty to prevent an inaccurate verdict. In order to make sure no mistake has been made, every witness should be heard. What is this? I withdraw my previous verdict of guilty. Hell yeah! Larry Butz with the clutch. Mr. Von Karma, I order you to call this new witness to testify. Now. Oh, the judge is getting a backbone. What? The court will adjourn for a 5-minute recess. After that, we will hear this new witness. Court is adjourned. Oh, I need a minute, and it's only been 4. Oof. Okay, we're going to speak to the Butz real quick. Whew. That was too close. Sorry to keep you on the edge of your seat like that, Edgeworth. I've seen worse. Yeah, right, Edgeworth. You're sweating bullets. I just wonder what Larry plans to say in there. Larry was at the lake that night. Yeah. He said he went looking for the Steel Samurai balloon that flew into the lake. Oh, right. And he found the balloon and the air tank that night. Yeah. Hey, Edgeworth. Huh? You say something, right? Yeah, a lot of things. You seem out of it. What's wrong? It's nothing. Huh? Mr. Edgeworth, there's something I've been meaning to ask you. What's that? Why are your fingerprints on the murder weapon? Oh. When he fell into the lake, I went into a daze. I couldn't understand what had happened. I couldn't think straight. Then I saw the pistol lying on the floor of the boat in front of me. I picked it up without thinking. I didn't have a reason, really. I see. Right. Yeah? This might be our chance. Our chance? Von Karma has only ever run perfect trials. Perfect trials? Perfectly prepared witnesses. Perfectly complete evidence. That's the secret to his success. This is the first time he's ever had to deal with something unexpected. He has to let someone he hasn't even talked to testify before the court. And that someone is Larry. What are you getting at? It's likely his testimony will be full of holes, right? That's right, Nick. No 10-minute trial this time. We'll milk this one for all it's worth. Hey, it was 15 minutes. 15! Everything's on Larry now. God, I'm nervous. Oh, Larry's all over the place. But okay, let's do this. Court is now back in session. Witness, please testify to the court about everything that you saw on the night of December 24th. Right, leave it to me. Please, Larry, don't mess this one up. I hate to admit it, but you're our last chance. Von Karma didn't even have time to prep his witness. I just hope Edgeworth is right about this being our big break. Right, let's go, let's go. Let's crack our neck muscles, get our tongue wagging, because lawyers use their tongues to speak. Okay, let's go to the night of the murder. That night, I was out on a boat on the lake. I was looking for something, and I found it. So I quietly slipped the boat back in the rental shop dock. Then, just as I was thinking about going home, I heard this bang. I looked out of the lake, and I didn't see a boat. So, after I heard that single gunshot, I went home. That was an unusually vague testimony, even for this court. In any case, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honour. What's wrong, Nick? It's Larry. I have no idea what he's going to say if I press him. I'm a little scared. Oh. Well, we've come this far. There's no way to go but forward, Nick. I wouldn't count on that, Mayor. This is the BUTZ. Okay. He was out on the boat on the lake because you're trying to find the Steel Samurai balloon. Something wrong, Mr. Wright? There was so many things wrong, I don't know where to begin. Well, okay. First of all, what time was it? Oh, it was after 11 PM when I went out in the boat. By that time, everyone had gone home for the night. So, I waited until the coast was clear, so to speak. And why were you out on a boat at such a late hour? Looking for something and you found it. Yeah, we know what this is. Looking for something. Yeah. Mr. Butz, what was it you were looking for? What the witness was searching for is irrelevant. Most likely he was hunting for this Gordy. That's surprisingly close to the truth, in a sense. This is all irrelevant. Let's get it over with. So you quietly slipped the boat back into the rental shop dock, okay? Around what time was that? Oh, well, let's see. I figure I was out searching for about an hour. I guess it was around 12, yeah. You're not sure? Hey, don't give me that face. I'm not some sort of human sundial, okay? People use watches these days, Larry. Right, so he was out for an hour. And then, what time did the murder take place? Oh shit, not present. Go back, go back. Wait, I can still have a look at this, can't I? Shot approximately 1 metre away. What was the time of death? Do we not know? I thought it was just after 12. Oh, okay. There we go. This is taking 12:15. But it's empty. So at 10 to 12, the lake was empty. And then 25 minutes later, they're on the boat. So they must have got a boat out there in 25 minutes, but where they only would have got the boat from the boat rental shop. Okay, am I getting ahead of myself? Where did the sound come from? Yeah, well, I wasn't too sure about that. I looked around, you know. Did you look at the lake? Yeah, I looked. Looked out over the lake, but you didn't see a boat. Wasn't there a boat on the lake? Order, order. Well, Mr. Butz? Whoa, whoa. Everybody just calm down, okay? I mean, it was real foggy that night. I'm not sure whether there was a boat out there or not. Oh, okay, no problem. That's just the most important part of this case. You heard that single gunshot, you went home, but did you really? So, you only heard one bang, correct? Yeah. Huh. Well, Nick? It was a pretty wishy-washy testimony, wasn't it? I guess I should just start working on the contradictions. Sorry. I wish I could be more helpful. Wish I could call my sister. Oh, crap. Okay, so where's the contradictions? Is it the last one? So how can we prove that he didn't go home? Uh-oh. Okay. Let me think here. What can we do? What have we got as well? Lost. Okay, she heard 2 sounds like gunshots just after midnight. So did he hear the first one and Lotta heard the second 2? Because there should be 3 gunshots fired? This is the name Polly, following the DL6 incident. Can we try presenting that? But would it be there? You heard this bang. Okay. I don't know if this is right. I'm going to take a risk. No, this will fail. Uh-oh. Oh crap, I struggle with this. It's too vague. Oh, I hate getting in these situations. Every damn trial. Right, let me think about this real hard. So I'm thinking we need to find a contradiction. He looks over the lake, but he didn't see a boat. What do we have that contradicts that? 2 men on the boat. I don't know, this could be a bust. Oh, I'm so shit at this. Oh, please. I am thinking, goddammit, Judge, I am. Oh, what do I do? What do I do? I still think I was really close on that first try. I think it's Lotta's deposition, or whatever it's called, deposition. What's it called? Let me say that word. Deposition. That's something to do here, but we've only got like 1, 2, 3. We've got 3 chances left. Oh, you know what? I'm despairing because I feel so stupid when I played this game. I'm just gonna go for it. Maybe we can see what happens if we get a game over. Oh, what do you know? If only we did it on the last bit instead of the second to last. We had the right evidence, the wrong statement. Oh, it's hard to find enjoyment when we've striked out twice there. But let's wipe the slate clean and go again. But wait a sec, Larry. What? You only heard 1 bang. You're sure? That's what I said. But Miss Lotta Hart testified yesterday that she heard 2 bangs. And the old man just now said the same thing. They both heard 2 gunshots that night. Huh? Were you even listening? Were you paying attention at all to what they said? No, Nick, please. Huh? You know, something's been bothering me. I'm a witness, see? I'm like a customer here. So you've got to treat me nice and stuff, okay? Oh God, Larry. Mr. Butz? What? You only heard one gunshot? Are you sure? Well, to tell you the truth, I'm not sure. Huh? Not sure? But how could you not be sure? Yeah, well, I might have missed the other gunshot. I was listening to something else. Something else? My radio, dude, with my headphones. What? Order, order, and stop that booing. But Mr. Butz, you were listening to the radio with your headphones? Yeah, so what? Is that a crime? I listen to my radio. Everybody listens to the radio. What's the big deal? Mr. Von Karma, your opinion? Waste of time. I do not accept this witness nor his shoddy testimony. Well, Mr. Wright, should he continue the testimony? Yeah, of course. Your Honour, please allow the witness to continue his testimony. Nothing is more pitiful than a lawyer who doesn't know when he's lost. Very well, Mr. Butz. Please give your testimony and be sure to include details like your radio. Right, leave it to me. I wouldn't if there were any other way out of this, believe me. Right, what he heard. Let's go again. It's lonely being alone on Christmas Eve. That's why I was listening to an all request show on the radio, see? I was listening to it real booming loud, like. But I'm sure I heard that gunshot. I remember exactly what the DJ was saying when I heard it too. You were listening to your radio at a high volume? Yeah, what's the big problem? Can't a man listen to his radio in peace? Isn't this a free country? I truly believe Larry has no idea what the problem here is. Judge, can you believe a word this witness says? What he heard was probably nothing more than a drum beat from the radio. True enough, it is difficult to believe this testimony. Objection! Wait, Your Honour. The witness said he remembers exactly what the DJ said when he heard the gunshot. Excuse me? DJ? An announcer, the guy who says things on the radio. Anyway, what this means is, when he heard the sound, no music was playing. The DJ only talks between songs, so he could have heard the gunshot from the lake. I'd like to cross-examine the witness, Your Honour. But, very well, Mr. Wright. Can't believe I'm continuing this charade. Right, let's go again. Struck out twice, let's not make it a third time. Lonely being alone on Christmas Eve, I thought you had a girlfriend. Oh, she away modelling? So, you turned on the radio? Right. I just wanted to hear someone's voice, you know? You don't know what it's like out there. Alone, on Christmas Eve. Alone! I shouldn't have said anything. So he's listening to an all-request show. Okay, is that important? You request the songs? Do you by any chance remember the name of the program you were listening to? This has nothing to do with the case, Your Honour. Objection sustained. The witness was listening to the radio. That is all we need to know. Tell us, Mr. Butz, how loud was your radio set to that night? Listening to it real booming loud like. Real booming loud? Yeah, you know. You had headphones on? Yep. I wouldn't think you could hear anything going on outside at all. Well, I'm sure you heard that gunshot, okay? Can you prove that? No, of course you can't. No, I can't prove it. But I remember that moment real clear. I mean, while I was talking about it, it came back real clear to me, you know? Okay, can you please tell me what the DJ was saying? What did she say? How'd you know it was a she? Mr. Wright, please cease these pointless questions. What possible good could knowing what a DJ... Oh my god, let's try that again. What possible good could knowing what a radio DJ said do us? Indeed, Mr. Von Karma has a point. I'll allow the question only if you see some reason why we should care. Yeah, of course we should care. We should care, Your Honor. Of course we should. Why? Well, how'd you know if we don't ask, huh? Fine. Very well. Mr. Butz, please testify to the court. What was the radio announcer saying when you heard the gunshot? Just when she said, hey, it's almost Christmas, I heard the gunshot. Crap, okay, that gives us a timeline when the first shot was fired. Are you sure? Of course I am. She had this real sexy voice. Oh, maybe Moncala was right. I'm not sure how that helped us at all. This is the most ludicrous testimony I've ever heard. But there is one gleaming ray of hope in there. I've got to press it until we get to the bottom of what happened. Wait, we have? Okay, so it's got to be this. When she's, hey, it's almost Christmas, you heard the gunshot. That was taken at 10:02, almost Christmas. But there was no one on the lake there. So we now know. Okay, yeah. So what he heard, either we present this again, or we present the photo of the empty lake. So, God, I don't want to make the risk. I think either of these could work. But this proves that the gunshot he heard were not the ones that the other two heard. Okay, let's try that. Larry, are you absolutely sure what you're saying is correct? Huh? What's with the face? You look scary, dude. Hey, if you're trying to scare me, you better know I don't scare that easy. Is something the matter, Mr. Wright? Your Honor, did you hear what the witness just said? The DJ said, hey, it's almost Christmas, when he heard the gunshot. Indeed, and almost Christmas means it wasn't Christmas. Do you realise what this means? When he heard the gunshot, it was still Christmas Eve. That would seem to be the case, yes. But that contradicts the two testimonies we have heard so far, Your Honour. Both Miss Hart and the old man said it was after midnight when they heard the shots. In other words, when they heard the gunshots, it was already Christmas. This is a clear contradiction, Your Honour. Order! Order! What does this mean? The two prior witnesses heard gunshots after midnight. However, this witness says he heard a gunshot before midnight. Judge, the answer is simple. The current witness is plainly mistaken. Just look at him. Suspicious. What? Well, Mr. Wright, what do you think about Mr. Butz's claim he heard the gunshot before midnight? He's right. Larry's not mistaken, Your Honour. He heard that gunshot before midnight. Intriguing. I'm assuming you have evidence for this wild claim. Show me evidence there was a gunshot before midnight. Okay, we can do this, I think it's this. Fired 3 times. Oh God, maybe. Let me think. Let's make sure here. Oh God, okay, should we just go for it? It's a bit of a risk. Take that! This is my evidence. The murder weapon. Something about this pistol was bothering me, Your Honour. Both of the witnesses who testified yesterday heard 2 gunshots. However, the murder weapon was fired 3 times. Yes, that's been bothering me the whole trial as well, Phoenix, but the same. When, then, was the last shot fired? Only now have I realised the truth. That third shot was the shot Larry heard just before midnight. Wait, what? No, surely he heard the first shot, and then the other 2 were the ones after midnight. Order! Order! I guess that would make sense out of yesterday's testimonies. Ah, you waste our time again with your empty statements. Yes, the pistol was fired 3 times. But do you have any proof that it was fired before midnight? Do you have proof that the witness didn't just think he heard something? Indeed. Well, Mr. Wright, there's no turning back now. Do you have evidence that proves there was a gunshot before midnight? Do you have evidence that proves Mr. Butz wasn't just hearing things? It's gotta be this. Because it was taken by that. Let's give it a go. Look at this photograph. Oh, nearly went Nickelback again. This was taken by our witness yesterday, Miss Lotta Hart, with her automatic camera. The timestamp on the photo reads December 24th, 11:50 PM. Oh yeah? Oh yeah! Sorry. But there's nothing on the lake in this picture. Your Honour, the real issue here is not why nothing is shown in this photograph. It is why this photograph exists at all. What do you mean? Your Honour, this photograph was taken by an automatic camera. That camera was set to go off in response to loud noises. Aha! Correct. There was a loud noise on the lake at 11:50 PM. That is why this photograph was taken. In other words, there was a gunshot at the time that Larry claims. Order! Order! That would make sense of the evidence we've seen so far. However, this leaves me wondering exactly what did happen that night on the lake. Exactly. If this is true, there were two sets of gunshots, separated by 25 minutes. One at 11:50, another at 15 minutes after midnight. Why, I ask you, why? Uh-oh, I better think of something quick. Wait a second. Gunshots separated by 25 minutes. Ah! What's wrong, Nick? I have it! I have it! Huh? Remember the case with the Steel Samurai? Yeah, of course I remember. The murderer in this case had the same idea as the murderer in that case. What do you mean? Mayor! Yes? If we don't figure this out now, we'll never overturn Edgeworth's guilty verdict. I've got a hunch, and I'm going to run with it. Right, I mean, is this safe? Safe? We've already gotten a guilty verdict, we have nothing to lose. You just watch and let me know if I say anything that sounds fishy, okay? Right, Nick. Your Honour. Yes, Mr. Wright. The testimony just now has cleared up this entire case. Oh, I'm not up to speed. What do you mean? What do you mean, Mr. Wright? Tisk, tisk, tisk. So, you finally realised the truth. There can be no other murderer here than Miles Edgeworth himself. Wrong, Von Karma. A man was shot that night, but it wasn't Edgeworth who did the shooting. Listen, rookie. Take a deep breath and consider the facts. At the time of the murder, one boat was on that lake. This was shown by the witness's photograph. The defendant, Edgeworth, and the victim, Robert Hammond, were on that boat. That's only one shot though. There was a gunshot fired on that boat, and Robert Hammond fell into the lake. The distance of the shooting was 1 meter. It couldn't have been suicide. Well, the guilty party has to be the other man on that boat. I admit it is hard to imagine any other possibility. Yes, but this assumes that the victim was shot at 15 minutes after midnight. What do you mean by that, Mr. Wright? Oh, sorry, what do you mean by that, Mr. Wright? We have photographic evidence of the time of the shooting. The timestamp on the photo says midnight. I froze there what the time was. But Larry heard a gunshot 25 minutes before that. Robert Hammond was killed then, 25 minutes before the shot on the lake. That's the only way that Edgeworth could be innocent. Mr. Wright, are you quite mad? Explain who the two men on the boat are then. The murderer and Hammond? Edgeworth and the murderer? Oh shit! I didn't mean to click it. Of course, it was Edgeworth and the murderer. Hell yeah, we got a lucky pick there. Edgeworth, what? So Edgeworth killed the murderer? Oh, I don't know. After the murderer killed Robert Hammond at 11:50, he assumed the guise of Mr. Hammond and met Edgeworth. What? Are you serious? Yes, Edgeworth won't tell us why he went to the lake that night. However, I have a hunch. That night, Robert Hammond called Edgeworth to the lake. Now, Edgeworth didn't know Robert Hammond's face that well. That's why he didn't suspect anything when the murderer took Robert Hammond's place. I'm not sure what to make of all this. Ludicrous! Mr. Wright, tell us the name of the murderer then. The murderer's name? Right, it's... I don't know. Actually, I don't know the murderer's name. You don't know? Bah, again, you waste my time. I don't know because he never told us. The old man! The old man! The murderer is the caretaker of the boat shop, that old man. At 11:50, he was the one who killed Robert Hammond. The caretaker of the boat shop? Where did he do this? There weren't any boats on the lake then. Why would he have to go all the way out onto the lake just to shoot someone? May I suggest that the real scene of this crime was not on a boat? What? Well then, where did the murder take place? Show the judge where the murder really took place. I'm guessing here? Here, of course, the boat shop, where he lives. That way you could meet with the victim without anyone seeing. Objection. Do you have proof that the boat shop was the scene of the crime? Recall Larry's testimony, if you will. That night he was out on the lake in a boat, searching for something. He finds it and returns the boat. Then, just as he's starting to head for home, he hears a gunshot, because it comes right from there. And the old man heard Larry walking past, not Edgeworth, maybe. He heard a gunshot, Your Honour, even though he was wearing headphones at the time. In other words, the gunshot was very, very close by. And where would that be if he had just returned a boat? The boat shop. Mr. Wright, what happened that night on Gourd Lake? Please tell the court from the beginning. Yes, Your Honour. Nick, are you sure about this? Not really. But I think if I start at the very beginning, and I take it slow, I might just be able to figure this out. That night, the caretaker of the boat shop called Robert Hammond to his shop. This was around 11:50. That was when the gunshot that Larry heard was fired. After that, the caretaker put on Robert Hammond's coat. He became Robert Hammond. Then he got in the boat with Edgeworth and went out into the middle of the lake. Then, who fired the pistol on the boat, Mr. Wright? The boat shop caretaker, because Edgeworth picked it up. Of course, it was the murderer who shot the pistol. He shot twice. Both missed Edgeworth, on purpose. Wait a minute. Yes? Why would he shoot twice if he didn't mean to hit anyone? Details. Know this, Mr. Wright. The moment you run out of explanations is the moment you lose. Tell us why the murderer had to fire twice. To create a witness. I believe he shot twice to create a witness, Your Honour. Create a witness? The murderer lifts his pistol and fires one shot. That ensures that anyone who heard the shot would look at the lake. Indeed, Miss Hart did exactly that after hearing the first gunshot. Next, the murderer waits a bit and he fires again. Then, The murderer jumps from the boat himself, leaving the pistol in the boat behind him. I see. To someone looking from the edge of the lake, it would appear that one of the men on the boat had shot the other. The murderer didn't know about the automatic camera, of course. That's why he shot twice to draw attention to the boat. Once you realise that, everything else falls into place. The boat shop caretaker swam back to his shop, then he put Mr. Hammer's wet coat back on the body, and threw the body into the lake. This is what happened, Your Honour. These are the events that transpired that night on Gourd Lake. Bailiff! Bring out the witness from before. The boat shop caretaker, quickly! Not another old man testimony, please. Very well. While we are waiting for the caretaker, I would like to ask the defendant, Miles Edgeworth, a few questions. Mr. Edgeworth, please take the stand. Mr. Edgeworth, you heard what the defence has said? Yes. Well, why did you go to the lake that night? What Wright has said was mostly correct. Astonishingly so, actually. Yes. Several days ago, I received a letter. The letter was signed Robert Hammond. He asked me to come to the boat shop by the lake at midnight on Christmas Eve. He said he had something very important to discuss with me. Something important? I'm sorry, I can't say what it was. Your Honour, sir! Bailiff, we are conducting a trial here. I ask that you remain quiet. The witness has disappeared. He isn't at the boat shop either. What? What should I do? But find him, quickly. We cannot allow him to get away. Mr. Von Karma, your witness has disappeared. A search warrant has already been issued. It goes without saying that I cannot declare a verdict under these circumstances. We'll extend the trial until tomorrow, the final day allowed. I request that the police department utilise all its forces to find that witness. Am I understood? One more thing. Just who is that boat shop caretaker? I think his identity has become very important to this trial. I want him, and I want to know who he is. Very well. Court is adjourned. Wow. We made it. Somehow. God, did not see it going that way. Not at all. Yay, Nick! You did it! Yeah. Well, at least we got out from under that guilty verdict. And what about Larry? That was something else. Even Von Karma didn't know what to do with his testimony. Larry really helped us out. Sure, once I sifted through his unique testimony. Still, he did save us. I just wish our cases weren't so down to the wire all the time. I know what you mean. Sometimes I feel like it's us on trial instead of our clients. Hey, Edgeworth. Mr. Edgeworth? Did you say something? Don't look so pained. I mean, it looks like you're probably going to get off the hook. You could try to smile just a little. Relax. I'm sorry. But I fear it's not over for me yet. What do you mean? Right. There's something that's been troubling me for a long time now. And I don't know whether or not to tell you. Edgeworth? No. There's so little time left. I want to tell you, to get it off my chest, but... Oh, I can't make up my mind. What is this about, Edgeworth? It's a nightmare I've had. A memory of a crime that I committed. A crime you committed. A memory of a murder. What? No way! What are you doing killing people, Wedgie? Oh god. You can't be killing no one. I'm trying to get you cleared of killing someone. We'll save the crap out of that. My God. That was a crazy one. Throat is dry. So tense. I've got a tense throat right now. Okay, so the next day, right? Was it the same day? I think it's the afternoon. What was Mr. Edgeworth talking about? A memory of a crime that I committed. A memory of murder. He killed his dad, I bet. Do you really think Mr. Edgeworth killed? I don't believe it. Not Edgeworth. Some painful memory has been troubling him recently. But he'd never take someone's life. Never. Nick! Yo, how's everyone doing? What did you think of my performance today? I had him swooning in the arse. Huh, man? Swooning? Me? Oh, yes. I do remember feeling faint. Right on. Tell me the truth. It was like love at first sight, right? Right, Nick? Huh? Me? Well, maybe my heart skipped a beat or two. I think you can do better than that. Come on. I saved Edgeworth in there, dude. Edgy! You guys should be bowing before me. Yeah, bow before your hero. Oh, Jesus Christ, no. What are you doing in here? Let's hear about these two dialogue options, I guess. Larry, you really helped out in the trial today. You did. If you weren't there, Larry, I'm sure Mr. Edgeworth would have been found guilty. But seriously, Nick, that boat shop caretaker guy is pretty suspicious. But Edgy ain't off the hook yet. Way to spoil the mood, Larry. Hey, I'm just the guy sitting in the audience, you know? But from where I was sitting, Edgy seemed pretty edgy. I mean, can you really know he's telling the truth about that night? Nick? I don't know. But what I do know is I'm going to believe in you two until the end. Us two? Edgeworth and who else? You mean me, right? Nah, him means me. Right, Nick? Yeah, you, Larry. Not me. But why you, Larry? Huh? Actually, yeah. Why me, Nick? Oh, enough with the silent treatment. Oh, God, that was cold. Nick, why do you trust Mr. Edgeworth so much? I mean, he's changed recently, true. But when we first met him, he was kind of a jerk, don't you think? You didn't know him back then. Back when he wanted to become a defence attorney. Wait, was that when you two were classmates? Yes, in grade school. They saved me, Miles and Larry. They saved me and I'll never forget it. That's why I became a defence attorney, you know. What? Hey Larry, what's he talking about? Huh? Sorry, I kind of forgot. Oh, okay, Nick, out of it. I'm going to hear this story today, and that's final. Okay. It's kind of a long story, so hang in there. It was the very end of 3rd grade. I was on trial. A class trial. A class trial? Oh my God. Okay, I can't wait to hear about the class trial. Exciting. I'm going to get some info about Phoenix's past. I kind of forget about Phoenix at times. I know we play as him, but I'm so sort of caught up with all the other characters. We forget about our star lawyer here. I'm going to leave it there. Another riveting day in court. We just about made it through after some real early mess-ups. We managed to coast it quite well afterwards, although I was sort of just going with the flow. We got lucky a couple of times as well, but it doesn't matter. If you enjoyed this episode of Phoenix Wright, please go ahead and leave a like. It does help me out, so thank you. If you want to see more, we're going to hear about the class trial that Phoenix took part in, I don't know, 20 odd years ago. Please go ahead and subscribe and I can bring it to you. Got any questions you want to raise? What do you think about this? Who is the old man? Is he the one who got off on the DL6 incident? I think he is. Anyway, let me know in the comments below, but don't spoil it. Just let me know what you think. And I'll make sure I'll get back to you. Alright? See you.